If House Speaker John Boehner isn't the world's greatest boss, then I don't know who is. First, he started the week with a day off on Monday. Now he's letting his colleagues off the hook for the whole of next week as well. It's the 9th recess the House has had so far this year. Of course, there are some people, like Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi, who think that's too many. In a letter to Speaker Boehner, she warns that Congress still has lots of unfinished business. And that's exactly what we're talking about right now with Representative Eddie Bernice Johnson of Texas, who joins us live from Washington. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
So you've scored another big vacation from Speaker Boehner. Well done there. But don't you think Nancy Pelosi is being a bit of a killjoy when she says that Congress should get back to work? I mean, why not go to the golf course again like Speaker Boehner?
Very honestly, I think the majority of the people here, whether Democrats and Republicans, feel that we need to stay here and get some work done. And we have too much to do to be off every other week. We've got to do something about the big problems we have on the table. We have not created jobs. There are plenty of opportunities. We're not doing it. There's the transportation bill that's being stuck for no real good reasons. There is the student loan package that has not been dealt with, and come July the 1st, the rates are subject to double. It's unbelievable that we're getting vacations when we should be here working.
And yet Speaker Boehner and Mitch McConnell are complaining that the president is to blame for a lack of resolution on the student loans issue, even though the president has repeatedly offered a solution to them.
The president has, and it's up to the Congress to pass these laws. If the president had his way over here, we would have a lot of things done that are not done now. It is not the president, it is the Congress. And we must take the leadership. We must be the ones to pass the laws, and it does not rest with the president.
One of the contrasts, and you know this personally because you represent a constituency in Texas, is the way nothing happens in Washington, and yet when it comes to Rick Perry, he's very, very good at rejecting federal funding because he doesn't support Planned Parenthood, so that I think around 130,000 women in Texas won't have essential medical preventative services. Is that right?
You know, that is exactly right. He continues to puzzle me. He's the first one to say he's rejecting federal funds and the first state to apply for every possible federal dollar that we can get. You know, he joined a group of other governors to suit against the Affordable Health Act. And let me assure you, he was the first state to apply for the funds, for the planning funds to implement it. So I have a hard time understanding some of these people, and especially my governor, because I knew him when he was much better at speaking what is true and what his real heart says. I don't know him anymore. It's just that the same way I feel about this speaker here. He was a very reasonable person until he became speaker. It's unbelievable what's happened here. The new people have come in. They can't get together on their side, the Republicans versus Republicans, and they blame everybody but themselves.
Mitt Romney was speaking about 2 hours ago, and he said that the fact there is so much poverty is a moral failing by the president. Is it not a moral failing by a governor to remove the provision of health care for over 100,000 women, poor income women, purely because he says that Planned Parenthood provides terminations to women who need them?
You know, Planned Parenthood nor an insurance plan can force any woman to have an abortion. It is a choice. It's a personal choice. It's not a choice that I should have. It's not a choice that any governor should have. It is a personal choice. It is not our business. We are the people who set policy. We don't set personal lives. We should not be in the midst of people's personal lives. You know, it's ironic, and I'm very, very sorry that the Catholic Church has come out so strongly rejecting this, because it has nothing to do with the church. It has to do with that individual person and her health insurance. Has nothing to do with the church. If it had to do with the church, I would be right along locked with the church, but it does not. These are personal choices that our Constitution guarantees us this right in this country. And I don't think any governor or priest or anyone else should have the final say on what happens between an individual adult person and her insurance company.
Representative Eddie Bernice Johnson, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a very nice week's vacation care of Speaker Boehner next week.
Thank you. I'll be at home working. Thank you.